are now tuned into the order.
Welcome back to the new Wabu Order podcast. I go by the name of Wabu. Today, I got a special guest with me, my brother, Mark Muhammad Jr. What's going on, good brother?
Peace and blessings, beloved. How's everything?
I'm living.
Praise to Allah, likewise.
So, I got introduced to you through Facebook, just online, period.
Okay.
And I feel like you have a vibe like Reza Islam and a couple of other brothers that came up when they was younger. And I definitely like to see the younger brothers do their thing.
Yes, sir.
Because the younger brothers is definitely the future. But speak about your upbringing and how you got into everything that you're into right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, just to give a little background, I actually grew up on the East Coast.
Okay.
In a small city called Brockton, Massachusetts.
All right.
I had two military parents. So when it comes to my experience doing that, the school system was tough.
Yeah.
Like they didn't play about doing the schoolwork. And my mother didn't play neither.
Both of your parents in the nation?
No, my mother was always a supporter. Yeah. My father's NOI and my mother's husband he didn't care about it. He was white, so he didn't know nothing about it.
Oh,
So long story short, I always had a love and a passion or in a desire for teachers or just people in general who always taught very well and was always able to prove everything that they said right on the spot. No books, no paper, no notes, nothing like that. Because that's the schooling system I was brought up in.
Yes.
When I came home, my mom was like phase 2 of that.
Okay.
So it just became part of my DNA. Then I used to always like visualize myself on how I wanted to be when I got older.
Yes, sir.
Fast forward some years, eventually, got out in the street, started selling some drugs, whatever. My mother sent me to live with my father, and that's how I ended up in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
At age 15. But I still always had that desire. I kept envisioning how to be, how to think, how to look, how to talk, how to carry myself, what I want to become, and all these other little things.
Then Kentucky's not to cut you off, brother. Kentucky's a commonwealth, just like Virginia. I'm in Virginia right now.
Yeah, well, they all used to be one state.
Kentucky,
West and Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
And they broke it up for various.
I think it was like the Hatfield McCoy type thing.
I'm not sure.
They was different families, the Hatfields and the McCoys, and they was warring over, what they was warring, corn liquor and
all that stuff.
Yeah, having sex with each other, cousins, and you know how that goes.
All that stuff. I got a funny story about that too. But over the years, I was just quote unquote finding myself.
Mm-hmm.
Then at age 20, my dad just he just told me, he said, "Man, you should check this guy out today." I just said, "Okay," and I wasn't even about to pay it no attention. But for some reason, I couldn't go back to sleep. I was a clubber. I was in the parties all night.
Okay, all right.
That was my thing, So. I checked it out. And I seen this brother named Brother Abdul Muhammad on there teaching.
Okay.
And I was like on NOI.org. In the lecture he was teaching was called Going Ham, The Truth About Pork.
All right.
I was like, dang, when they got done, I was like, dang, I'm like, Pops, it's like that every week. And he was just like, yeah. I'm like, yo, I got to come back. Because they had that same format.
Yeah.
It was real strong, assertive. They talked about what's really relevant. They had the proof backing up what they were saying, and they took no excuses as an answer. I mean, no excuses for an answer.
For an answer, yes.
So I said, all right, cool. Next thing you know, I popped in a lecture. I forgot the name of the lecture, but I think it was called The Shock of the Hour by the Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Yes.
And when I popped that in, I said to myself, man, that's how I always envisioned myself my whole entire life.
Mm.
Mind you, I never watched the Minister. And my father been in NOI since I was born.
Yeah.
I
You
never
watched The Minister prior to that?
Nope.
Wow.
I mean, I done been to some speeches, but like, I fell asleep and stuff. And,
Yeah.
I was young. I didn't know what they was talking about,
Yeah. I could dig it.
Yeah, but that's the only time I actually sat there and I paid attention. Like, oh, okay, damn.
Yes.
I'm like, damn, he giving it like that. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
He talk. I mean, you know how you do.
Yeah.
The lecture after that was it might have been Who is God, or if that wasn't it, one of these two was next, or the fourth one. It was either that one or the murder of Malcolm X. What really happened?
Yeah.
It was in that. Them four. It was them four like that. Then after that, I just said to myself, man, if I can just study.
How did you feel before you seen that lecture? How did you feel about the nation towards Malcolm X? Like, did you feel like how, the 85%, how they feel like the nation killed Malcolm? Now it's coming out, or it's been out. If your ears and your eyes was open, you would know that the nation didn't do it. Yeah. But did you feel like the nation did it prior to that lecture?
Nah, I never knew that because I always knew that the police was crooked.
Yes.
I always knew that. If the police is crooked, that means the judges are crooked. If the judges are crooked, that means the lawyers are crooked. If the lawyers are crooked, that means the district attorneys are crooked.
Yes.
And if you just keep going up the ladder, the FBI, the CIA, the IR, all them are crooked.
Yes.
Like, bro, I was selling weed at 13. So I knew early on.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew what it was. I had friends. Police would catch them. They'd be 14, 15. Police would beat them up. They'd take them around the corner outside and have them drop their pants, drop their pants, check their butthole and stuff. Straight violate them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on. If this happens on the ground, imagine if this person had a computer.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And they had the intellectuals. I didn't have the proof. I really didn't even think about it, to be honest. But I always knew there had to have been something else.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just, black people don't kill black leaders.
Yes.
You like that. They flat out don't.
Yes. That's a fact.
Unless they're undercover or something like that.
Yeah.
In that case, man, like I said, I didn't know, but I knew my father wasn't an idiot. I knew that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be a part of something that did something like that. So, I knew that early on. And eventually, once I went and got the facts of both sides, like what the people are saying and what actually happened. Yeah. And I always been a fair person of, let me see what the other person said. Let them defend themselves. So that's why early on I got that lecture about who killed Malcolm X, what really happened. Once I heard the minister explain the side, who was actually there and around in that time period in the 60s, it all made sense, on what happened and why would they kill Malcolm like that.
Yeah. Cause like that just be like I said, the 85% of the people on the planet just go crazy with that narrative that been proven a long time ago that the nation didn't do it. And like now they're seeing it on TV. People that they said done it didn't do it.
Right. Right.
And you could see also from Martin Luther King's case, you would know. But some people still don't open their eyes.
Yeah.
And I be hating. I be tired of like arguing with people about that.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of done with those topics,
Yes.
Unless one thing about out here in Kentucky though, they don't nobody even trip about Malcolm. The whole situation. They don't nobody talk about it. I mean, you got a few, but like majority, they don't even talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Probably
don't know who he is.
No, they know who he is. It just isn't one of those things that need to be proven.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like how you just said, it's been alive, it's been out and long enough. A lot of the older people know, who's in their 50s and 60s know, like, this whole corporation, this whole government is just crooked. You know, so they're not surprised if facts and things come out like, oh, this person admitted their role, this person admitted their role, so forth and so forth. Ain't nobody really surprised.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know, like when Martin Luther King, like how they had the civil law settlement agreement in 1999, stating that, you know, the FBI, the Winn-Dixie Mafia, and the Memphis Police Department all worked together to kill Dr. King.
Yeah.
And they also had Dr. King on the list as potentially being one of the Black Messiahs, along with Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, and Kwame Ture, a.k.a. Stokely Carmichael.
And as far as Martin Luther King, they spent the block and came and killed his mother.
Oh, see, I didn't know. Didn't his mother die in a church?
Yeah, they stabbed, like a man came in the church and stabbed her.
Yeah.
Yeah, look that up, brother.
Yeah, I remember hearing it, but I only heard it once.
Yeah. So, and their family won a lawsuit about the government actually assassinating him, but they said you can't talk about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's part of the agreement,
yeah, that's part of the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Just look it up for the people that
it's all online.
Don't believe.
Yeah, it's all online.
So you were saying like you watched that lecture, it opened your eyes like so many other brothers and sisters. And what was like the next step? Like now you awoke, right? But you already had some type of form of understanding.
Yeah.
What was the next step for Brother Mark?
The next step for me, when I first heard the teachings, I said to myself, I know for a fact with these teachings, we can save humanity. Mm. And I knew for a fact that where I lived at, I could potentially help out enormously with that. Based off who I was, my popularity, who my father is, his popularity, and his father, which is my grandfather, the popularity. You know, they've been here their whole lives, you know what I'm saying, 125 years. So the next step was, you know, to get myself together first. Mm-hmm. That was the next step. And like I said, I was a partier. Yeah. You know, so when you party, you do what? You drink.
Yeah.
And, you know, after the party, you go do some other stuff.
Yeah. So you had to clean up.
Yeah. You know, so that was that. So, you know, the process began before I started teaching. We'll begin to tell other people I was into the Nation of Islam, because in 2012, it wasn't cool to be woke. I'll just say that. Yeah. It wasn't a thing like how it is now.
Yeah.
You know, so I kept it to myself. Yeah. And I went and did 1 meal a day. I fasted. I went to all the meetings. I was working full time. I was in barber college, which is basically going to college full time.
Yeah.
Did that for 13 months. So from 5:30 to 9:30, I was gone. I wasn't at home, you know, for 13 months. And that whole entire time, I was just getting myself together. So when I'm asked questions, I can at least have a good enough answer to defend whatever I believe in.
Yes.
That was the first step, was to clean up myself first, because I knew that since I'm pretty much like the first one, or really the only one in my youth, coming out with these type of teachings and this type of knowledge that's going to be circulating around, I'm going to have that magnifying glass on me.
Yes.
I knew that. So I had to be, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, I had to become that clean glass.
Yeah.
If I stand next to the dirty glass will condemn itself. I won't even have to say anything. And, you know, Lord and behold, you know, as time went on, you know, first, just like how they ridiculed Jesus, I was getting ridiculed. I was getting talked about, you know, behind my back, cussed out in the head, saying I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Well, God hates me and all this other little stuff. I'm like, how you know God hates me? What's wrong with
you? Yeah. Well, I've been through similar things. Oh, you hate white people and all type of crazy stuff. Like
all that, man. And as time went on, you know, like how the minister said, it's either the world going to get you. I mean, it's either the word's going to get you, the word, like, you know, the word of scripture, or the word is going to get you.
Yeah.
So as time went on, circumstances was going on. Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, which caused the world to wake up more and to look into the history, look into doing the research into certain police departments, certain government officials, so forth and so forth. Then eventually it all began to circle around. People who used to pretty much diss me They see me a few years later, they play, yo.
Or they will always come back.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate
anybody that was against you during them times. I went
Mm-hmm.
through the same thing. They will always come back around and apologize.
Yep.
And then they try to become conscious.
Right.
And sometimes they try to become super conscious.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's crazy. Like guys that used to always say I was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now those dudes are like bug outs. They
Mm-hmm.
like on the alien stuff, and the alien is coming having sex with their mother, all type of crazy stuff.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn, I want you to be conscious, but I don't want you to be crazy.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they listen to anybody and believe.
oh man, they start listening to Alex Jones and them dudes online that don't be saying nothing,
Yeah.
and none of it be real.
Right.
And I'm like,
right,
no, I want you to be conscious, but not like that, brother.
right,
Like,
right.
but I guess somebody gotta, because I came up and I kind of was on that type of bugged out stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna evolve
Mm-hmm.
until you come to the true understanding.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of that's really just them just finding a home to rest their mind on.
Yes.
That's what a lot of that stuff is, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like the Elijah Muhammad said, he said, whenever you get a hold of these teachings, you have to tie yourself down because you might lose your mind.
Mm. Mm.
Listen,
Mm.
so you get
And
a hold.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah, sometimes when things don't go their way, they just lose their mind. They don't know how to control themselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It happens a bunch of times. So yeah, a lot of times that's what's really going on, you know.
Okay. So we got a little bit of backstory on you, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Now let's talk about the Black community.
Okay.
We know the billions of issues that plague us. We got so many things coming at us. What do you think are some of the top things that's attacking the Black community? And what are the solutions to those things?
It's always, you know, we could always say unity. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I would sit there and say that it's the fear of our enemy, and also it's always the ignorance of ourselves. Those two things right there will always put a hindrance in the progress of any people, but specifically ours.
Yes, sir.
How many times have you heard, or whenever we unite, they always come and just drop a bomb on us?
Yeah.
They always come and just kill the crops. They always send an agent in or something like that. How many times have you heard that?
Yeah.
If you heard that, then and that is true, which it is true.
Yeah.
It should
Straight fact.
register in your mind. Hold on. If that's the case, that means we at war.
Yeah.
And if we at war, that means we need to set up defense.
Mm-hmm.
That means we need to go get military trained. We need to get trained in martial arts. We need to get retrained in the medical field. We need to get trained in how to eat to live. We also need to get spiritually trained, and we also need to get economically trained as well. And whenever you go against that, you are in fact ignorant, because you can't function in a whole entire nation, because that's what the basis of a nation is.
Yes.
You see,
I agree.
That's why I said it's our own ignorance that will hinder us, and our fear of our open enemy and what they will do to us.
Mm.
Not a slave thought.
Mm. Did you get a chance to go to the anniversary of the Million Man March?
Yes, sir. In October, 10/10/15.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I went to that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was there myself. A group of people from out here, we all like rented some buses and went up there, which was so funny. Like, I knew a lot of people that said it was coming. Some people even paid.
Yeah.
So we out there waiting on the bus. So I'm calling brothers like, yo, what's up? Where you at?
Where you at?
Yeah, like I'm calling like, and the excuses was out of control. It was so, to this day, I wish I recorded it. It was like people like, oh, my grandmother's fish is sick. Like it was, oh man, it was my grandfather. He can't find his shoestrings. I knew most of them was like, you got a white girlfriend and she put you under pressure and now you can't go.
Oh, most definitely.
Or you remember they were saying like the Klan was going to come and kill, like start killing black people for going.
I didn't hear that. They were saying that?
Yeah, they were saying that on CNN. Like they made some threats. And I'm like, well, let them come.
Yeah.
let them come. It's a whole lot of us there. We're going to get busy.
Yeah, it's about that day was a good about 800,000. So like you said,
so like
get busy.
Y'all gonna look crazy. Y'all come, y'all gonna get whooped.
Yeah.
So, but like just the excuses, it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny. Some people just wasn't answering their phone no more. And then I forgot to pay my phone bill. It was like the excuses was crazy.
Yo,
that's one thing that I could say plague our people, like those excuses when it's time to bust a move.
Man, Elijah Muhammad said this. He said excuses are like lies.
And I could dig it.
Are equivalent to lies.
And I could dig it.
Because even if your excuse is true, you let that excuse you for what's you really needed to do.
Yeah.
It can be true, but you still let that thing hinder you. Yeah,
like your grandmother's goldfish is sick.
Right.
Well, let it go. Let that goldfish die. Like it's just, and no, that was a real live. That was a real.
Is that what he said?
A real excuse. Somebody really said that. So that's what was so. That's why I said I wish I could have recorded that moment. It was like it was a couple of brothers though that came that it shocked me. Like, oh snap, you really came. I thought you was wailing.
Yeah.
I ain't think you was gonna come, but it was I met and still have relationships with people I met there. I was actually at the first one. Mm-hmm. I was a youngin'.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful thing because like I said, I still got some relationships with people that I met there. I got to meet a lot of people that some of the people that I looked up to at the time. Mm-hmm. Like I got to meet, even I don't look up to him now. Like now he's a creep. Right. Brother Polite.
Yeah.
A lot of other people that I got to meet there, and I got to have conversations with them, even like little mini debates.
Yeah.
About like, you know what I mean, certain things I didn't like, but it was a good thing. And the networking was beautiful. And just all the people there were so helpful. Like if you believe that there was no such thing as Black unity, if you believe that, you never been to like an event like that, right? To actually see it.
That's true. That's true. And the thing is, though, we know how to unify. Mm-hmm. When we go to the club, that's unification.
Yeah.
The concert, the football games, that's unification right there. We all came together for the cause of entertainment.
Would you man, this is one question I wanted to ask you. What's your thoughts on that the brother that what's his name? Hold on, let me grab his name real quick. But the brother Travis Hunter that flipped his decision. He was going to a big college. Mm-hmm. And now he's going to the HBCU with Deion Sanders.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you see how the mainstream media now is attacking him for doing that and saying he's wrong and he shouldn't go to a HBCU. And what's your thoughts on that?
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this. He said, when it comes to the white man, money is their God.
That's a fact. And I don't care who get mad. People get mad at when that's a fact.
Money is their God.
Yeah.
Now you already got
Money and apple pie.
Yeah. Now look, you already got prime time in the HBCU anyway. So once that move was made, I think it was a year or two ago.
Yeah.
They already knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You talking about Deion Sanders, probably the greatest defensive back, definitely top 3 greatest defensive back that ever done it.
Yeah. Easy.
And that's arguable. You see what I'm saying? So now you got Travis Hunter, the number 1. I think he was a wide receiver.
Yes, a wide receiver.
That's out of, how many high schools is that? About 20,000?
Probably more than that. Yeah,
probably more than that. He's top ranked going against the top competitors in high school. Said no to Florida State. He said no to Georgia.
Yep.
He said, I'm going to go over here with Coach Prime and then go into a historically black college.
And I forgot the law in Florida. Right after that, a couple of hours after that decision, they passed some law about that. They basically saying, like, black people shouldn't be able to go with black people. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I got
no other race is it. You never hear them say, like, no white student shouldn't go to a all-white college because that's wrong. He shouldn't take his talents there. And, like, ESPN and all of them other channels are going crazy over this.
Yeah, because he's starting the trend.
Yeah.
See, he don't even know he's a leader. He's going down in history. He won't even realize he's 17 years old. He won't even realize that. He's going down in history. Just like how Kaepernick's going down in history.
Yes.
Or went down. Ali, all the greats. Even with themselves. So what's going to start happening is that these old Caucasian men, they're going to start, like how you just said, pass laws for people to go to these universities so they can continue to generate that cash flow, because what's going to happen?
That's billions of dollars.
Billions. Now, look, I'm going to drop something on you here in a second.
Yes, sir.
What's going to happen is that they're going to start passing laws, or they're going to try to lock you in at the age of like 16 or something. They're going to get younger and younger. They're going to come when you're a junior, when you're a sophomore. They're going to say, look, if you sign right here, right now, we'll give you a full ride. And we'll pay you, and we'll do all these other little things. They're going to sweeten the deal for you.
Yeah.
Just like how they did for LeBron James when he was 15 years old.
Yeah, they're already doing that in basketball. Like, kids in high school are signing these $1 million deals already.
So, look. So, I don't know who the last player was to leave high school and go straight to the pros. But after that, they sat there and said, no, we can't have these top-ranked athletes skipping over college.
Yeah,
that's every athlete's $1 billion gone.
Yeah,
even though they're making 10 other billions of dollars that year.
Yes,
they're tripping off that $1 billion. So now they're saying, okay, you have to go to college for 1 year. That's what they say. David Stern, when he was the commissioner, NBA commissioner, he said there and said, no, you don't have to go to college for 1 year. You just have to be 19 years old.
Yeah,
he corrected that.
Yeah.
You know, I was listening to Kevin Garnett do an interview with Gilly the Kid on $1 million worth of game.
Yeah.
He sat there and said, you know, he played against Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Played a game against them, and Isaiah Thomas from the Pistons walked up to him and was like, "Yo, like, you can play pro ball." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man, this is all you gotta do." They're standing there, told him what to do.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Damn, that's it."
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah." So next thing you know, KG left high school and went straight to the pros and started and was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, even though I think there was maybe no more than two more that left high school and went straight to the pros before KG.
Yeah.
After that was Kobe Bryant, then, you know, the list just goes on and on. And Mark Stoudemire, LeBron, all of them.
Kwame Brown.
All of them. You know, it just goes on and on and on. So now it's like, damn, okay, that's the NBA. It's crossing over to the NFL now, to the football league. We got to do something about this because we've seen this before.
And it's actually to stop the growth of black dollars. Same thing they did with the Negro League, right? The Negro League had the best players. and all black people were watching the Negro League. And then at the end of the day, people like being entertained regardless of who you are. So white people started coming to the Negro League games because they were better. They had the superior athletes. But they said, hold up, we got to destroy this Negro League before we're not going to have the Major League Baseball League no more. We got to destroy them. So now they started taking our best players, giving them a whole lot of money and things like that. So we're seeing that. And I like the fact, and there's a couple of other players who's starting to come into HBCUs, younger players that they could have went to top-notch schools and stuff like that.
Right.
We need that. Master P, one of his sons, but they saying now that he's thinking about leaving, or he's leaving because he got hurt, and they said that they didn't have good medical facilities. What's his name? Percy or Mercy? Hershey?
Yeah. One's Percy and the other one's
Mercy or something, right?
Mercy or Hershey or something.
Yeah, or her. Yeah, they saying that. I don't know how true it is. I need to look into that actually. Yeah, about him leaving. Because he's saying that they got like subpar medical facilities in black colleges.
So even with that, though, I mean, you know, that's a problem in business. That's a problem that needs a solution.
Yeah.
So you know, P open get you a medical staff up in there.
Exactly. He got the money to do it.
Yeah. Not even just the money, just the skill set to get the influence, to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can go get 10 doctors, new doctors who's down for the cause, and just say, hey, look, let's go here, sign up here, expand the budget, and I'm gonna have both of my sons come here and play, and we're gonna, you know, we're gonna bring in, you know, $20 million this year or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, that was to East Tennessee, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's East Tennessee. It's East Tennessee.
I'm more of a football guy. You know, I don't really follow.
Oh man,
like
yeah.
I mean, I follow it, but you know, I play football, all that stuff. So you know,
I haven't watched a football game in 2 years.
Okay, why's that?
Ever since the Kaepernick thing, was that 2 or 3 years? I was
like 4.
Well, I haven't watched football games since then. I thought it was 2 years ago. Yeah. I haven't watched no football.
Yeah,
only sport I really watch now is boxing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of getting real crazy right now.
Yeah, it is.
so and we were just speaking on business. You got a business yourself. Tell us about that.
Oh, I got a few businesses though, man. Just
okay. Let us know about all of them.
Yes, sir. My first one is what I do mainly is I'm just an insurance broker. So
yes.
You know, I have a business with that. Just pretty much just sell policies and stuff like that, life and health insurance policies.
Hold on for a split second.
Yeah.
Me and my partner, we were just talking on policies.
Okay.
And people that sell policies. There's some of the people that sell policies, we were just talking like they become like predators.
Yeah.
Like what's the difference between like a good policy and a bad policy? That's what I actually want to say.
Man, you know, it's all about nowadays there really ain't no more bad policies. They don't weed them out. You know, there used to be something called like a universal life insurance policy, which like after every year or two, the premium goes up. That's a bad policy.
Yeah, that's a draconian policy right there.
So what will happen, the premium will go up, and as your premium is going up, your death benefit is going down. Now, that's a bad policy.
Yeah.
And once the people got a hold of it, it started canceling that stuff left and right.
Yeah.
Left and right, over and over. But the reason why they did that was because they wanted you to renew your policy every few years. Like every 5 years, you renew your policy, which is new commissions, new all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But the older you get, if you're 55 trying to get a whole life insurance policy, you're paying $250 a month. at 55, depending on how big it is.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So every month you would have. So when you get older and older, you would renew it and would have to get a smaller and smaller death benefit, but pay more and more money per month.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that was the game that they was playing, which is why you probably say like they're predators and they're probably
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
not all of them, but just we were just
I
talking about that before.
I get what you're saying. You know, it was either something like that or like why people just be hounding you about that stuff.
Yes.
You know, so and the hounding, I mean, for one, you know, it's their job.
Yeah.
You know, two,
and I respect it.
Yeah. Two, you actually do need that.
Yeah.
That's insurance on your life. That's the quickest way to send your family off to a financial heaven. I'll just say that.
I always say that's one of the most revolutionary things Black people could do.
Right. That's how Master P got started.
Yes.
Life
yes, exactly.
It came his way. He didn't go buy no shoes and stuff. Man, he invested that into himself.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things with life insurance is that
it was for $10,000 too, Master P.
Yeah, that was
$10,000.
That was 10,000 25, 30 years ago. So that 10,000 is probably like 50,000 now.
Yeah.
You know, you see what I'm saying? Something, you know, probably.
But that led to over 400 million.
Yeah, over a period of time. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know, but one thing about life insurance though, man, what a lot of people don't know, which is what I'm about to tell you, is that with that life insurance policy, you can put your own money into it and it can become your bank.
Mm-hmm.
And when it becomes your bank, it grows 4 to 8% interest every single year. Mm-hmm. And you can go in and take it out whenever you want to. And that's the benefit. That's how a lot of these rich men, how they be like, well, I don't pay taxes. They put their money into a life insurance policy because it's tax sheltered. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you got $100,000 sitting in the bank, this ain't the early 2000s in the 90s where that stuff's cool. You just got money just sitting around. Man,
sitting there, yeah.
That stuff is lame.
And they're just taking your money and they investing your money, the banks.
Man, they doing all that stuff, man.
Uh-huh.
All that stuff. A lot of times they don't even have that money. I know a sister who was going to college for international trading or something like it. It was international something dealing with the banks. And she sat there and told me that the money that's inside your account, it's really not even there. They just digitally make it available to you when you ask. So that's why when you go in and you have big withdrawals, they always say come back in 7 or 10 days or whatever it is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But to avoid all that, get your money, get you you can either call me or you can call any insurance company, get you something called an IIFUL. All right, just say IIFUL and life insurance policy with a cash reserve, all that stuff. And what you would do, if your policy is $100 a month, put $200 in there. You know, so you're overfunding, you're putting money into it. Yeah. Then as time goes on, it just starts to build and build and build. And just take all your money out of the bank, sticking in there. You could do the same. You could pay all your bills, all that stuff, the same exact way. It's tax sheltered. Can't nobody come get you. Child support can't get it.
Well, we're gonna talk offline about this, ain't?
Yeah. This is
talk offline about this too.
When I was at Transamerica, they had classes and they teach you all this stuff. But I took a course from Brother Ben, BWO, Taylor Jacobs.
Okay, yeah, I'm in that course.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brother Ben.
Yeah. Brother Jake is he's teaching on all
Cousin
that
Jake.
Yeah, Cousin Jake, that's what they call him.
Yeah.
So it's great. I was listening to him though, and I'm like, yo, I heard this before. I just couldn't remember the policy name. So I had to call my man Lewis, who's full-time in life insurance. That's all he do. Yeah. And I knew he would, and he was the manager there, and I knew he would know. So I called him, and we discussed some numbers and stuff. I'm like, damn, I didn't know I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't sold life insurance in some years. You see what I'm saying? It just got a little bit difficult being in the field that I'm in. Now I got a better understanding of it. I could push that more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, most definitely. We'll rap about that offline or online. It don't matter. But yeah, that's one of the businesses is life insurance. I got some properties, real estate. That's my one of my dreams, my areas.
Was it like a fixer upper? Like did you have to fix it up or?
Nah, I just
Okay.
bought the house as is. I mean, I had to like redo the floors. I didn't have to, but I decided to redo the
Yeah.
floors, paint the walls, all that stuff. It's a little simple stuff like that. Then I got a few of those. I would have some more, but once COVID came, yeah, them skyrocketing, them prices skyrocketed.
Oh yeah, yeah. That real
Yeah,
estate market is
I just,
crazy.
I just had to say, hold on, let me just chill out.
Sit this one out,
Yeah,
right?
sit it all out. Now the prices are starting to settle down a little bit more, so I'm starting to peek my head back up in there, trying to get some boarded up houses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like where we at, probably where you at too. They got where you could buy a lot for like $1.
Yeah,
You have about 2 years to do something with it.
yeah. Right now. I'm in Roanoke, Virginia. It's basically close to Kentucky. Like we're not that far from Hazard, Kentucky.
Okay. Oh,
I just know about Hazard, Kentucky because one time I went out there and they told me it was 50 black people there. And I'm like, yo, y'all know the number? And it was like, nah, yeah, we know it's 50 of them. Word. Shout out to Hazard, Kentucky.
That's about 3 hours from me. So
Yeah.
about 2.5, 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, and I got the clothing business too. Healthy mentality clothing line. I just got some shirts right now. I actually got one of them on right now. What I'm saying?
Like let the people see them shirts.
If they can see it, it's that Michael Jackson. Do you remember the time with the king and the queen? And the right here it says everything about this mentality is healthy.
Yes.
And that's how I came up with the name Healthy Mentality. I was kind of just visualizing, just thinking like, yo, what type of slogan? I actually got the name from Loaded Lux.
Yeah, yeah.
The battle rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got a song. He got a song called Healthy. And I was like, yo, I like how that sound. And I was like, yo, I just don't need a beat. I need this to be an everyday thing. I need my mentality.
Loaded Lux, stop playing. We've been trying to get you on the show for a minute. Stop playing around, brother.
Man, he gonna slide, man. He a real one.
Yeah, he better.
He gonna slide, man.
Nah, shout out to Loaded Lux.
That's how I got that though, man. And man, business wise, that's just what I got right now. I do a little bit of trading too, but that's just
I'm trying to learn that.
Yeah, it's a learning curve, man.
I'm not trying to just jump out there.
Right. Yeah, I
be feeling like it be tricks. Everything be
it do, brother, but it do, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. I done hit him real big on there, and I done lost real big too.
Okay,
man. So it can happen for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things.
What about crypto, brother?
Crypto. I came up off crypto a little bit, but I just ain't, bro. All them other 3 things that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Then it's like, let's take on crypto and stocks in the futures market. It was like, hold on. Then I'm a father too, Nation of Islam too.
Yeah.
Responsibilities. Like, hold on, let me put all that stuff on pause.
Yeah.
I can, if I don't know what I'm doing, I could lose money faster than I can make money.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Sometimes we gotta relax.
Gotta relax. I just do what works, and what I've been doing is what works. So I'm just slow walking that right now.
Yeah.
Sees the cryptos, most definitely I'm gonna jump into that.
I'm not gonna lie, like my partner Brandon, right?
Yeah.
I ain't believing it at first.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He was telling me, I'm like, nah, that's some type of trick. But now I'm starting to do more and more research on the whole crypto thing. I'm saying maybe I need to get a piece of this. I don't want to get left out.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm late. Like I'm super late on it, but I just want a piece of it too though.
Right. Same here.
You know.
There's always gonna be opportunities. The NFT.
Yeah.
Cryptos is coming out. Cryptos is blowing up. They got new coins. And there's always a group of people who's always on this full time. So me personally, bro, just follow them, get cool with them, get close with them. Yeah. And eventually they'll take anything win, then you're gonna be their right hand man. Yeah. Saying every leader or teacher or whoever is always looking for that person who they could just tell anything to, and they're gonna just accept it. Yeah. And so that's one thing I always been good at. Those who are like like up in rank or like some big time contractors or investors, whatever. I just happen to always get real cool and close with them. I wasn't that little do boy, nothing like that. It wasn't no stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, this became very, very receptive, man. Especially if they're older, they always want a younger person to just sit there and listen to them. So, I did all that stuff, man. And, Lord and behold, we just got close, man.
Yeah.
Got favors everywhere. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I could dig it. Like, I was seeing somewhere they said how relationships are better than money.
Mm-hmm.
The relationships you build, it would bring money, and it would bring way more money than anything. Like, because if people see you a good-hearted person and you stand for something, you build those relationships versus somebody who just got a bunch of money. Now you're buying relationships.
Right.
They don't genuinely mess with you. They throwing a price on this. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like say I hit you up and you said, yeah, well, an interview for me, it'll cost $300. And I pay it. You don't really mess with me. You just mess with that $300. Now we doing something on the love. I could call you. You could call me. You could call me. Say I blow up and I become like what's his name? Joe Rogan or somebody. Yeah. I'm going to say, listen, the brother came through for me back in the days, whatever. All right. He could come whenever he wants to. Whenever he want to promote something, he could come through. He like, so you see what I'm talking about, like how relationships are so important in everything.
It is. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Word. But, and on a closing out, what's next for you, brother?
Man, just really what's on my mind is just building my portfolio up. Getting some land, most definitely getting some land. Land and just really, that's really just it, man. Just getting more out there into the public, teaching people.
Are you down with Brother Ben X with that what's it called, the Hereafter Land?
Oh no. I talked to them about it, then I just decided to go otherwise. I'll just say that.
I could dig it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brother Ben X though.
Oh, most definitely, bro. They out there, man.
They got like over 500 acres.
Man, look, I got a story behind that though, right? And this is crazy. There's actually a lesson learned in this though. Like 2013, I joined the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
Brother Ben joined in 2015. In 2013, I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo, how can I get some video clips of the minister and chop them up and put them on all social media platforms? I couldn't figure it out. So I never got it done.
Wow.
Brother Ben came, figured it out, got it done, and look where it took him.
Yeah. Yeah. I always say that whatever idea you got, somebody else got that idea, so jump on it. I've been talking about a podcast for years. And like I was talking about a podcast when most black people didn't know what a podcast was. And I kept saying, yeah, I'm going to do a podcast. And now I started seeing all these people start doing podcasts. I said, let me go ahead and do it, man. I feel like I ain't doing it right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, quick question. How much time we got left?
We here. We could be here forever. What's up?
Okay. Nah, I was just seeing that. Man, we could talk about really like the black community or something on the lines of that. Some of the solutions.
Yeah.
Some ways on the unity format. How just improve the mindset and the ways of thinking.
Yeah.
We kind of just double back on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now that's my thing. Solutions.
Yeah.
What, as far as unity, what can we do, in your opinion,
brother? In my opinion, brother, I don't really think it's that hard. It really isn't.
No, it's not.
You can take the worst of the worst and just come with the solution and just sit there and say, look, and pretty much be the solution. You're that person.
Yeah.
I can teach you these things in substitution for you to stop these things. It's that simple. You know, a brother asked the minister one time when he was doing the World Friendship Tour. He asked him about being a leader and stuff like that. The minister responded. He sat there and said, instead of just sitting around waiting for somebody to come teach you these things, why don't you become what you're looking for? And you turn around and you teach others.
Do for self.
Do for self. So we took that mentality, because all of us want something, and we just become exactly what we're looking for, we will achieve all things very quickly. You know, so it's like when it comes with the word, we can have the word, the language and all that stuff, but if we're not an example of what we're talking about, we're really just a nigga just talking, to be honest. So we've been talking and preaching for years.
Yes,
decades.
sir.
Now it's time as a people, me, you, and everybody, to put action behind our words. So when we approach people, we can sit there and say, hey, look, I got this. You know, it worked for me. I'm going to tell you a true story. I was talking to this young dude one time, this young brother. My father's a barber. So, you know, at the barber shop, there's always traffic.
Yeah.
And, you know, he younger than me. I'm kicking my knowledge, whatever. Man, that brother wasn't even looking at me in my eyes. That brother's looking like this.
Yeah.
And I ain't saying no light stuff. I'm like, damn, I'm thinking like, yo, man, what?
Yeah. I'm dropping it.
I'm trying to drop it. I'm like, yo, he like, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, look. I sat there and said, bro, look, I can show you how to get residual income. I can show you how to get some properties and flip it. And I can show you how to drive this Benz right here. He said, man, how you know how to do all that? I said, bro, I do this every single day.
He livened up, right? As soon as you said the Benz, he livened up.
He was paying attention after that.
Yeah.
I do this every day, bro. I got properties, all that stuff. I ain't got to do nothing for the rest of my life. I get paid every single 1st and 15th. Ain't that something that you want?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I said, let's exchange that information. Let's get this process rolling.
Yeah.
You know, but the brother didn't have a phone, so I couldn't really stay in contact with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that just shows, like, we can talk that talk as much as we want to, but we can't walk it. We ain't got nothing to prove. We just a nigga that's just talking, bro. These young people want results. I'm one of them. We want results.
Yeah. That's one thing I love about the Nation of Islam. They don't just talk it. They walk it. Like what they saying, like, and you don't gotta just be like you know how some people be like, if you talking this stuff, you gotta be poor, or you gotta be like, nah, you could get what you want, and still be about this. Yeah,
that's that old school, the poor righteous teachers.
Yes.
That's that old school right there, and people really believe that because they assume Jesus and all them was poor, but Jesus was rich. Moses had money. It says it in the Bible. You know, it doesn't say that, you know, I was rich, but it says that, you know, here's a sack of gold and silver for your doings, and on my return, I'll pay you the second half. Gold and silver sacks?
Yeah.
And he said, when I come back, I'm going to pay you the other half. Come on.
Yeah, they had that bag, huh?
Yeah, he had to go get the other bag. He ain't have enough. You know what I'm saying? Even with Master Farad Muhammad, the founder of the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
You know, the supreme being, God in person. He wasn't a poor brother. You know, where you think he got the money to pay the workers to build the mother wheel? That took 20 years.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, unless people wanted to just help him out.
Yeah.
You know, but he had family in Palestine that was rich. In the 1800s and in the early 1930s.
Man. I would love to build about Master Farad Muhammad. I could build about that for like 3-4 years. That's just long. Brother,
that's the God, brother. the supreme being, brother.
Man.
That's really the one that all of us been praying and hoping and wishing for.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's so much to unpack with that.
Yeah.
So much to unpack.
You got me thinking. I don't even want to go off course right there, but And what was the next step? It was unity, you said, and then
solutions, unity. We could talk about. I forgot what it was, but it's anything on the lines of that. What to do? Yeah. How to put the money in people's pockets.
I think that should be kind of the main step as far as black people should go about ways, because we are the best everything. Like, you want to see the best Christian, go to a black church. You want to see the best Muslim, go to the black mosque. We don't nobody love the Most High like we do.
Right.
And that's just a fact. So now the only thing, we got to learn how to get a couple of dollars and keep it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And the only group I could say, like, religious group out there that has a blueprint for that is the Nation of Islam. And that's just a fact. Yes. Like, can't nobody really argue that, or your argument is going to be made up. Like, no disrespect, but the Kemetic guys, none of them, they can't tell you how to get no money.
Right.
None of them other groups, they can't tell you, they can't show you. They don't have a blueprint, and a blueprint that worked. Like this man right here.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Muhammad, right? Like the greatest man of our time. Greatest black man of our time, period.
Yes, sir.
He has a blueprint that's proven. Man had factories, restaurants, everything you name it, airport. I didn't even know he had an airport.
Yeah, his brother, or either his brother or his son, was the pilot. I think it was his son, really.
So I think, like, that's just the main thing. How can people get money? And unfortunately, there has been a lot of scammers out there, so people are scared to deal with people.
Yeah, that's how I was. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, honestly, me too. Like, if I remember Brother Polite, I was getting ready to send him like $2,000.
Yeah.
I started doing a little bit more research. I said, damn, the brother is a scammer. He's like, cause I was believing all, like, he using all the big words, and you know what I mean? I'm like, oh snap. And the whole time it was a scam to get money from people. And it's just a proven scam. Like, he been doing that and still do it to this day. He's still scamming people, like, without no repercussions. So I think people are scared of, like, scamming, and sometimes people want to stay in their realm of their belief system.
Right.
Like, some people might not want to listen to you because you're in the Nation of Islam. How can we get past that? Or, like, they would rather hear it from their preacher or their imam or their rabbi or Gucci Mane or somebody like that. Like, somebody that they veer as large, Young Thug, and the kids now, that's their preachers. The rappers.
Boy. Yeah, NBA Young Boy.
Yeah. So that's who they would want to deal with. How can they just deal with, how can we come together on the whole thing of just group economics, regardless of what we are. I say I'm a Moor because I'm a Moor.
Right.
This is the proof, but I'm not going to say I won't deal with any other group or any other people. I'm going to deal with anybody if they look like me, or I'm going to try.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother, my response to that is how it says in the scripture that you judge a man by his works. So really, just start working. And whenever you start to produce the results that you're looking for, others who have the same idea as you, they will come along and they will help you out for free. There's your team right there.
Yeah.
There's the team right there. Simple as that. Then sometimes you have some people who standing right next to you. That's really the person that you really need. They just have to be developed. You see, they're the trustworthy ones. They're the ones who will listen to you, who's not afraid of what you have to say, won't try to hide from you. They just have to be developed.
Yes.
Look at LeBron James' team. He put all of them through college.
Yeah.
They were trustworthy. They just had to be developed.
He did it the best. Like,
yeah, he put all them through college, get the degrees, learn this, that, and the third. Now let's grow. You know, Ludacris did the same thing. He had close friends. He wanted a chef. He grabbed one of his friends, sent him to culinary art school, hired him as a chef. You see what I'm saying? Now that's on the rich. That's on the high end scale. But what me and you and others can do is that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this in How to Eat to Live. He said, find 6 to 8 like-minded ones that disagree with the way that you think. And out of 30 to 40 million people, you could find that.
Yeah.
So, find 6 to 8 like-minded people that disagree with what you think. Then you all pull your resources together and start building and growing in towards the direction that you all need to go in. So a lot of us want to do businesses together. That's fine. That's fine. We can do all those things. But how is it that we can all come together and not try and be upset because we want the house to be red, but this person wants it to be blue? We want tile floor, but the other person wants carpet. We want to sell it for $10. The other person wants to sell it for $100. We have all these other disagreements. You know what I'm saying? But as the Holy Quran, it says that you settle on the best part and argue in the best of manners.
Yes.
To achieve all things that is possible. So, there's a brother, Brother Nuri. Well, before I tell you that, there's a, rich white men have the 99 to 1 rule and the 1 to 99 rule. Have you heard of that before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to just explain it real quick just for the viewers. Pretty much that they all disagree on 99 things. But on that one thing, they all come together on.
Yes.
Now, ignorant people, they will sit there and agree on one thing, but with these other things that they disagree on, that will become the forefront of the reason why they should all go in different directions. Yeah,
that's the deal breaker. Yeah.
That's a deal breaker. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? We agree that we should all come together and make something happen, but we disagree of the price, the scaling, the location, the business, the who's the head, who's the face, who's the president, who's the soldier, all that stuff.
Yeah. We got a whole lot. You know how we do, like, as far as most black people, we go into a black business. Mm-hmm. Now we start critiquing everything. Mm-hmm. You don't never see us going no type of other establishment, especially like Chinese restaurants. We never go in a Chinese restaurant and start critiquing everything. They don't even tell you thank you.
Right.
So, right. But you're going Mama's Fried Chicken like a black location. Now you want to know where do y'all get your grease from? Mm-hmm. Who's buying the napkins? You want to know all these type of things like that don't make like we some bug outs sometime.
Yeah, man. And so look, Brother Nuri Muhammad is, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So he's at Indianapolis. That's about an hour and a half away from me.
Yeah.
So at one point in time, he said that him and about 6 to 8 other people had started a clothing store in the mall, selling baby clothes or children's clothes.
Yes.
He said within their first year, they grossed over $1 million. Within their first year. But what happened was that some other people, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, it might have been 1 or 2, I don't know, was starting to spend more than what they should have been spending. They were buying Escalades, putting rims on the car.
Yeah.
We're like, well, what you doing with the profits, man?
Yeah.
It ain't time to ball out yet.
It ain't time.
Because when you in the mall, that upfront money, that rent, all stuff costs.
Yeah.
They sat there and said you can't be in your location unless you gross $1 million.
Yes.
And if they did, they was gonna move them all the way to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So next time you're in the mall and you see somebody at the
product placement.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Because you sell the least. I mean. So long story short, that didn't last too long. So they all came together and they agreed on the one thing, but they let 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 to the other 99 ended up separating the business, and everybody.
Wish I could have kept getting even more millions.
But it could have kept getting more money, brother. More and more. It could have kept going and growing.
Yes, sir.
Growing and growing.
Yes, sir.
Especially if you got Brother Nuri as the face.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Or at least, a partner. He could be the face, but you see what I'm saying? So, brother, there's so many ways to get money out here, man. You don't need to, brother, like I said, I was 13 years old, bro. I got a half ounce. I sold the whole joint in 7 days. I thought I was the king. I was like, hey, let's go. Let's go. I got another one, did that thing another 7 days. I said, let's go. 13, man. Then when I seen American Gangster, not the movie, but the TV series. Yeah. And I seen Tookie Williams up there. I said, man, that's how I want to be. Want to be cock diesel like Tookie. And, I was in the gangs and all that stuff too. So I was like, man, boom. So every day I went to the gym. I'm in that thing. I'm running a mile, hitting the gym hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I play football too, and I was also doing it for that, but I was also doing it for a few other reasons. Yeah. And then I seen Rick Ross. Not him. What's the other guy from New York? Frank Lucas. Yeah. See him? And a few, Nicky Barnes, Freeway, Rick Ross. I'm watching all them. I'm like, damn, if they got caught, I can get caught. Yeah. For real. So it just dawned on me. I said, man, hold on, man. So what I found out later on is that I was really just a businessman. I had the right idea, but the wrong product. Yeah. And I always had a desire to go into business because what I didn't know at that age is that I come from 150-year direct lineage of businessmen. Yeah. I didn't know that. You see what I'm saying? It was in my blood. So like money always excited me. So when I seen my partner had money and he started talking business terms, aka buy this, flip this, which that's what you call wholesale retail. Yes. He talked all that language to me. I'm telling you, man, I just glued to that stuff. Yeah. I said, how you do this, that, and the third? Woo, 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 woo. Like my great grandfather has the longest black-owned gas station in the history of America. Wow, it's still up? No, it's gone now, but he had it though. How 35 years. Because you rarely see a black person own a gas station. Yeah, 35 years. And what state this was in? Kentucky. Kentucky? Oh, okay. Yeah, right. It was right on 8th and Walnut, but that place now is called 8th and Muhammad Ali. Okay. Yeah, because that's where Muhammad Ali, that's his birthplace, right? Yeah. So, Urban Renewal came and bought the land. I mean, whatever they bought, the territory, whatever. Yeah. They destroyed it out here too. All that stuff, man. They did all that, and that's how he lost it. He sold it to Urban Renewal. He had to, pretty much. Yeah. Here they was doing something like shout out to Jordan Bell. It's a brother here, young brother too. He's dropping a documentary about, it was an area here called Gainsborough, and that's where most of the black people live, and they had a bunch of businesses and things like that. And Urban Renewal, they came and told people they had to move, and if you didn't move, they was literally burning the house down. Yeah. Literally. Yeah, that's establishment right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like gas stations a good thing. Like my partner right here, Brandon, he has a company called University. And y'all make shirts and all that, right? Mm-hmm. Creative marketing. So he's a businessman. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be a business. I'm trying to get into different kind of businesses. This year, I'm gonna really turn it up though. 2022, I'm really turn it up. Yeah, got to. Like, as far as this podcast and
other things I'm gonna do, I'm gonna really turn it up. I'm gonna become the pod father.
Yeah.
Not the card father, the pod father.
I like that, the pod father.
Yeah, nah, that's for real. And please, nobody don't take that. Don't try to steal that.
Yeah, man. You should go ahead and what's that stuff called? Phrase it or buy the rights to it or something like that.
Oh no, I'm already hip. I'm
Okay.
already hip to that, brother.
Okay.
Already hip to that.
Okay.
But, like I said, bro, this is definitely not gonna be your last time on the show, correct?
Praise be to Allah. Of course, man. Call whenever you're ready, or just write me whenever you're ready. However you want to do it.
Yeah, definitely, man. You'll be back probably sometime in like February or something like that, inshallah.
Inshallah, yes, sir.
We can have you on here again, brother. Like I said, I love your energy. You're doing your thing. Let them know where they can find you at. This brother got all type of videos and everything online. So please check him out. Let them know where they can find you at, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You mind if I say something real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So just to kind of wrap up what I was previously saying, is that there's so many more ways to get money.
Mm-hmm.
Besides robbing, stealing, stripping, because that's the thing now.
Yeah.
Robbing, stealing, stripping, or selling.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just named I just named 5 things.
Yeah.
In every single state, they have to give 20% of the contracts to the government to minorities. So if you're a contractor, you cut grass, you deal with plumbing, you deal with anything like that that's considered work to fix up things, they have to give you either 1 or 2 contracts. And on top of that, it has to do with cleaning services too. Mm-hmm. So each contract's $40,000 or more. Depending on where you get them at.
And where do you go get these contracts at for the people?
Brother, you have to. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have to do your research. You're gonna have to go to the city council, the government downtown. You're gonna have to go down there and just do the research. Yeah. I know it can be done because I know people here who got that contracts. Now you know how they tear down the projects and then rebuild them.
Yes.
So they tore down some projects here called Beach of Terrace. I know the guy. Remember I said earlier I got good relationships with some contractors?
Yeah.
The guy who's rebuilding that is a black guy.
Okay.
Rebuilding, probably maybe 12 apartment buildings.
Okay.
With, 12 rooms or something like that in there.
Yeah.
The whole entire projects. He got the contract to do all that.
Yes.
He said he'd make $1 million a year and pay no taxes. He just bought a Bentley about 3 months ago. And me and him are good friends. He actually did some work for me.
We need to go out there and get some of them contracts, Brandon.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to tell my partners, look, man, y'all should learn these skill sets. You see what I'm saying? These are skill sets. You can take them across the country.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? So, that's that, though, man. We'll save some for the next one. But, man, if y'all want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook. It's Brother Mark Muhammad Jr. Instagram, Mark Muhammad Jr. YouTube, Brother Mark Muhammad Jr. TikTok, same thing. That's where you could, if that's where you could find me. If you want to email me or something, just hit me up at Mark Muhammad 1692 at yahoo.com.
Okay. And this is the new Wabu Order podcast. Y'all know where y'all heard it first. Let's roll.
You are now tuned into the Order.